This is my practice for if statements, else statements, and random functions in JavaScript. So in my Visual Studio, I have my HTML page, which is where I'm calling my JavaScript files, which is this one from a couple videos ago of what parameters are, what arguments are, and what functions are in JavaScript and how they work together. Very simple, very nice, very easy. Over here we have algorithms, which we went over how to use let and how to do math symbols using let and functions. So you can see in the website, the web page, we have all of those here. It's all of the functions that we have been doing. So today I'm going to go over how to take this function in specific and do the following. I'm going to just create a new file and call it numbers. Or we can call it math.js. Math.js. And we need to go back here just really quickly. And we need to reference that math.js, so we'll pick up all our code on the website. And then we just come back here and copy this function for now. So this function is the one from last video, and it is calculating the sum of this number and this number here, and it is printing it, which we can see. Oh, it's doing it twice for some reason. Oh yeah, because I have it here now. The sum of these inches is 15, and yeah. So what I want to do is use an if statement to check if the sum of those check if those values are equal to each other, then multiply, then if so, multiply the sum by 3. Yeah, that is what I want to do for this. So we are just gonna chalk this at the bottom, like all the way down here, just so we know what our goal is. And I'm gonna put here what an if statement is. An if statement is used for making decisions if certain conditions are met within a block of code. That is what an if statement is used for. That is what if statements are used for. And else statement comes after if statements, and it checks if the condition that is being checked for is false. Specifically for the if statement, I just want to add that it checks if the condition is true. Sorry if I'm going a bit slow, I'm just trying to type and talk at the same time. So yeah, just to recap, An if statement is used to check if certain conditions are met. Mainly, it checks if the condition is true, like 99.9% of the time. Else statements, 9 times out of 10, comes after if statements, and it checks if the condition that is being checked for is false. So true, false. That is what's happening there. They both execute within their blocks of code. You'll see now what I mean by a block of code. And yeah, we'll do that for now. We will get to any other things later. Let's just clean, yeah. So what we need here is to check if these two numbers are the same. So we go here and we say if, open bracket, sum1 is equal to sum2, then return sum times 3. So let me just explain what I did. So if statement over here checks if someone, no, not someone, what am I doing? Num1 and num2. Sorry. So it checks if num1 is equal. You have to have 3 equal signs to check if it is equal to num2, which is over there. And if so if these two numbers are equal, then return the sum, which is the sum, and multiply that by 3. So we can actually check this in the console. We need to get rid of this console.log. If we bring out our web page now, it won't do it right now. We need to go down here and say let sum equal. So let this sum equal our function name up here. And then we need to do a console.log the sum of these values multiplied by 3 equals, and then we need to say sum. So let the sum of this function be called here, So we're calling this function right here, and then we're logging it in our console by saying that this can be any text. You can make this whatever text you want, comma, this. We're calling the same function here in the console. So the sum of these 3 values multiplied by 3 equals undefined. Why is it undefined? So this should work. I see why they are not equal. That is what I'm trying to figure out and figure out. So they're not equal, so it won't multiply them by 3. So that was 10 before. Over here, this was 10. This needs to be 5. We go there. It's 5 times 5. That is So that is what happened there. My apologies for taking a moment. Just had to figure out what was happening. I had a little bit of a slow moment there. But, so these two values weren't equal, so that's why it returned as undefined, because our if statement was checking if they are equal. If they are equal, then so the way to not let that happen in your website, in your console, is by using an else statement. So if we had an else statement there, it would have returned a value still, it just wouldn't have been multiplied by 3. So we are going to say else. So we are going to say else, and our else statement checks if it's false. So we say else. This can be whatever. We can put this like a million lines away, and it will still run in this order. So we'll just say else. But just for clarification, I'm going to do that. Just move this as well. Bring that back. Okay. So we can check. This is your if statement. This is your if statement. And your else statement goes as follows. Else return sum. Simple. So if these two numbers aren't equal, just return the sum of them. And we don't have to change this console.log because it's the same. So as you can see right now, it is 30 because 5 times 5 equals 5 times 5 plus 5. Yeah, 5 plus 5, which is what's happening here. 5 plus 5 equals 10. And then you're timesing that 10 by 3, which equals 30. So let's say we change this to 10. So now it is going 5 plus 10, and it is skipping this if statement because it is false, and it is going to the else statement. This is not true, so it skips it, so it goes to the else statement for the false, and we have told it what to do. Return the sum of the two, and done. So yeah, that is how to use if statements and else statements in JavaScript. So yeah, the next thing that I want to cover is math.random and random number generation. So check my next video for that.